despite an increase in payment benefits. Earlier today, SSNIT announced an increase in pension payment benefits by at least 11% for the year 2020. Contributors are expected to get an additional 38 cedis, 30 pesos as payment benefits. Over 70% of persons on the scheme would now have their payments going up as much as 11%. Director General of the Trust, Dr. John Ofurichinkra, has been speaking to Joy Business.
First of all, the law asks us to do that every year. The point is that, you see, people on pension are on fixed income, and because normally there is inflation, which is higher than, which is positive. What that means is that if the monies are not increased, then the purchasing power gets eroded. So you want to make sure that the people on pension, at least their purchasing power is maintained. So the law enjoins us to index pensions every year, and so that's why every January SSNIT gets together and consider things such as what has been the price inflation, the CPI. I mean, a basket of goods. If a pensioner is buying a basket of goods this year, is he going to be able to buy the same basket of goods the next year? So we take that into account. Then we take into account also the cost. I mean, it is always going to be, theoretically, you can increase pensions, let's say, by 100%, right? And that takes care of preserving people's purchasing power and even enhancing the purchasing power. But the question is, can you sustain that? So we look at sustainability, long-term sustainability. And then also very important is your ability to pay. Because the pensions are such that, it's not something that you can defer. When the month comes and the time comes, they have to see the money. So you have to have enough liquid assets to be able to draw on to pay when they come.
Meanwhile, pension expert Andrew Aglobi says the increment is unjustifiable.
My understanding is that last year in 2019, SSNIT increment of the adjusting the minimum pension and then the overall pension was 11%. That was last year, 2019. So having the same 11% again in 2020, for me, I think there should be something, some more reason why they will maintain the same overall 11%. So that is my first observation. Now, the second one is that when it comes to the indexation, for example, you could see that the National Pensions Act in section 80 indicates that SSNIT should annually review the minimum pension in line with what we call the wage inflation in the country. So which means that they should do that in consultation with the National Pensions Authority, right? So meaning that they should look at the wage increment within the country and then adjust their pension benefits according. That's the wage inflation, which is different from the CPI usually. Previously, I have done some write-up on that, which I was thinking that instead of looking at wage inflation, it should rather be based on the CPI, which is the consumer consumer index, which is the consumption, which is more broader than looking only at the wage inflation that usually will happen. So from the figures of overall increment of 11%, I think that the increment indicates that yes, SSNIT is having some challenges.
In other news tonight, the Institute of Energy Security (IES) says it foresees prices of fuel on the local market potentially increasing marginally despite the cedi recording some marginal gains against the dollar over the period leading to the first pricing window of January. However, the IES says the increases could be averted or its impact minimized if the National Petroleum Authority, that's the NPA, applies the price stabilization recovery levy. The Executive Director of the IS is Papa Kwesi Anumwa.
The market force that dictates what price should be, although levies and other taxes from government could also change the direction of the fuel price. And so we look at these variables, and basically we look at the world oil market prices that will influence the local market. We also look at the exchange rate and between the cedi and the dollar. And so over the last 2 weeks, what we realized is that the crude oil Brent has shot up by about 5%. Same with petrol and diesel on the world market. According to Platts analysis, gasoline has gone up by about 5.5%, whereas diesel has gone up by close to 4.95%. And so all this fuel into our own fuel price, local fuel price. The good news is that the cedi appreciated against the US dollar marginally though, but however, it won't have much effect positively on fuel price. But the international price that has shot up are the ones that are going to influence the price of fuel.
So our sources at GOIL has actually confirmed a possible increase in the price of fuel, but it's unclear and they won't actually say when this is going to happen. We'll follow that story up for you, but you can get more news on our website, majoonline.com/business. I am Sandra Esinam. The news continues shortly.